We have to eat some good food. I don't want to spend my entire time in Istanbul just in one area. The start of my 36 hours here in Istanbul was not awesome.
I'm working on my foreign voice.
Welcome to my 36 hours in Istanbul rapid fire guide. I am so excited to get a second shot at exploring this beautiful city. If you missed my last Istanbul video from a 12-hour layover, I will make sure that is linked in the video description. But today we have a little more time, not nearly enough. I'm going to see as much of the city as I can in my very limited time here. Already it is just breathtaking. Right now I am on a ferry on the Bosphorus River. We are right between Asia and Europe here in Istanbul, and the views are just spectacular.
I was born reckless, ignited by the wind that called my name. I misread the clearest message. Most of life is captive to the brave.
I just got off the ferry. It was about a 15-minute ride. I enjoyed it so much that I definitely want to take another ferry later today. And luckily I did buy the Istanbul card one-day unlimited pass. It was $13.50 or thereabouts in USD, so I can use it again to take a ferry later. Istanbul very famously straddles both Europe and Asia. I am still on the European side of the city, but I crossed an inlet called the Golden Horn, and I read that it's actually the largest natural harbor in the world. Like I said, I have very limited time here in Istanbul, so we have to make the most of it. We have to eat some good food. So we're gonna go get some doner kebab or some version of that for lunch. I just stopped for some chicken shawarma for lunch. It was kind of a touristy place, so I don't know that it's like the #1 spot, but the guy was really nice and he actually gave me some baklava and tea for free, and both were absolutely delicious. So it was a worthwhile lunch stop, and now we can move on with the rest of our sightseeing. Now, you cannot come to Istanbul and not explore Hagia Sophia. It's a beautiful, very famous mosque. And last time I came to Istanbul, I only saw the outside of it. I was only here for 12 hours. This time we're here for 3 times as many, so we're going inside. I do need some help here from my Turkish viewers. I know that there are quite a few ways to pronounce Hagia Sophia, and I'm certain that I'm not saying it the most correct way. So please let me know, how do you say it? And what is the best way for an English speaker like myself to try to pronounce it?
A baby in the brightest, bluest month. A sky full of electric lights. Mama said I was the only one.
Behind me is Hagia Sophia, a beautiful mosque, arguably the most famous thing to see here in Istanbul. Maybe not arguably. There is a free entrance for local Turkish people who are here to pray, but of course, if you are a tourist like myself, there is a separate visitor's entrance and you do have to buy a ticket. I actually read that they only started charging for tourist tickets in 2024, and more interestingly, they only reopened this as an active mosque in the year 2020. You can either buy an entrance ticket to the mosque alone for 25 euros, or if you want to do a combo ticket with the museum, that's 50 euros. I think I'm just going to visit the mosque today because we are on a tight schedule. Hello, can I get a headscarf, please? Card, please. So I bought my ticket, which was 25 euros, and then I had to head over to the next window to buy my headscarf. Probably would have been smart for me to have one already, but this was only €1.50, and I'm backpacking, so I didn't have room in my backpack for a headscarf. The visitor ticket allows you to visit the upper level of the mosque, which is where you can see some truly incredible mosaics. You may notice that Jesus Christ is featured in these mosaics, which is pretty unusual for a mosque, but that is because this building was initially built to be a church. The church was completed in the year 537 and then was converted into a mosque in the year 1453. Across from the Hagia Sophia and currently backlit by the sun is the Blue Mosque, which also looks beautiful and grand. And I believe entry might be free. I'm not 100% sure on that. But with my limited time, I don't want to only visit mosques here in Istanbul. So I think I'm gonna head back across the river. There are many, many more things to see in this exact neighborhood. However, I don't want to spend my entire time in Istanbul just in one area. So I think I'm going to get on the tram. I've heard that the T1 is an experience that every tourist should have. And I think it's time for me to try some Turkish coffee.
It might be getting old.
just realized that it's kind of dumb for me to start this moment of vlogging because I'm out of breath from walking up a hill. Immediately, this area feels so different. It kind of reminds me of Lisbon. I think just because of the hills and the small, cute streets. It's definitely still touristy. I mean, I'm walking by a Frozen poster right now. But it does feel a bit more local than Hagia Sophia. Behind me here is Galata Tower. It's a 14th century tower that I read used to be a prison, and I know that the view from the top must be spectacular. However, right now there's a long line. I don't think it's gonna get shorter as we get closer to sunset, but I'm still on a mission to try a Turkish coffee before I do any more sightseeing. I said this place reminded me of Lisbon, and then I passed a pastéis de nata place. So I've walked kind of to the top of the hill, and I feel like I'm in a much more local neighborhood now. The architecture's all different, there's more people, fewer tourists. It's just a whole different vibe. I'm really glad that I left the center of the touristy area. I'm sitting here in this very cool coffee shop in an alleyway. There are cats climbing through the trees above, and I think it's the perfect spot for a Turkish coffee. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Turkish coffee is different in that essentially they don't filter out the coffee grounds. So it's quite strong, can be quite bitter. I have some sugar in mine, and it's really, really unique.
And it's holy ground we're fighting on. This road is dangerous and so very long. We've picked our poisons and made our own beds.
I just quickly ran down to the water to catch some of this glorious sunset, and it's incredible.
And even these words might be something I'll regret, but I don't wanna know. Don't wanna know.
I don't know if you can hear this on camera, but the call to prayer is happening right now. I just took a tram and a bus, and I want to say something about the public transit here in Istanbul. I didn't mention this at the start of the video because I didn't want to start it off on a negative note. However, The start of my 36 hours here in Istanbul was not awesome. I did have a not so great situation with a couple of the taxis here. Essentially, the Uber that I called from the airport made me feel very, very unsafe, and I ended up having to ask the driver to let me out somewhere, and then I ended up taking a taxi. I didn't know where I was. It was still dark out. It just wasn't the best situation. Nothing horrible happened. I got out okay. It just was one of those moments where my gut was saying, get out of this situation. So I did, and I'm totally fine, and it has not affected my great experience here in Istanbul. However, I did a little research, and I have heard that it's not completely uncommon to have sort of issues with the taxi drivers here. Whether or not that is true across the board, I just wanted to say that I really recommend the public transit here. It's been super reliable, convenient, fast. There's a little bit of traffic with the buses, but other than that, it's been pretty fantastic. Good morning. I have a few more hours here in this beautiful city, so I think it's time we check out the other side. As we all know, Istanbul covers both Europe and Asia, and while most of the tourist sites are here on the Europe side of the city, I want to see the Asia side. If I'm honest, I also kind of just want another excuse to get on a ferry, so it's a win-win. I wasn't quite sure if the card that I got yesterday that was a one-day card was going to work for 24 hours, but it did.
Pass by towns, pass by signs. Pass by days, pass by lives. Hometowns that don't grow up, heartbreak and childhood love and time. I wouldn't mind.
I made it over here to Asia. It was only a 10-minute ferry ride, which is pretty incredible. And apparently that ferry runs every 10 minutes. So it's super common that people will cross continents just to commute here in Istanbul, which is pretty incredible. The water is absolutely beautiful. The weather again today is incredible. I feel so lucky. And I'm amazed there are so many jellyfish in the water. I have never seen this many jellyfish in my life, and I didn't expect to see them in the middle of a major city like this. It's really, really fascinating.
I only know the levers, the loudest ones to raise their voice. I'll never catch the silence fever, 'cause I belong to a land of noise.
The Asian side of Istanbul is way less touristy. There aren't as many sightseeing spots here as there are on the European side. That said, over my shoulder here, you can see Maiden's Tower. That was originally built during the Byzantine Empire as a watchtower. It has been destroyed and rebuilt several times and has been used as a lighthouse or as other watchtowers over the centuries. And nowadays you can visit it as a tourist spot. It's on its own small little island, so you can take a boat there. I don't have time today, but it's something that I would like to do when I come back to Istanbul. Right now I am going to head back over to the European side. I think I'm going to take the metro just to get a little different experience here. I'm gonna do one final walk around the touristy area, and then sadly my time here in Istanbul will come to a close. Even though I'm still within my 24-hour window, I realized that the type of ticket I have doesn't work for this train that I need to take. So there are ticket machines here, but just good to know. I don't want to make it seem like I was able to use the one ticket for all the transportation.
Destinations get their names. The biggest words
Now, if you caught my last Istanbul video, you know that I got the chance to visit the Grand Bazaar as well as the book market, which I really enjoyed. There is one other famous market here that I have yet to visit. So I'm going to wrap up my longer Istanbul layover here at the Egyptian Bazaar. This is a different, very famous market. It actually, I think I might like it better. It's a bit smaller, so it's not quite as hectic. And they have spices, of course, but also lots of souvenirs. I may do some shopping.
The smaller points unknown call somebody home, but I paid it no mind.
This is mango and saffron. Wow. Ooh, that's really nice.
I only know the levers, the loudest ones to raise their voice. I'll never catch the silence fever, 'cause I belong to a land of noise.
When you exit the main market building, the market kind of spills out into the streets. There's so much to explore. I was kind of impressed that I got some free samples. That mango saffron tea was incredible. And I think that was the best Turkish delight has ever tasted to me.
I only know the levers, the loudest ones to raise their voice, and I'll never catch the silence fever, 'cause I belong to a land of noise.
It is now my last few moments here in Istanbul, and I couldn't let them pass by without getting one more kebab. So today I've gone for beef. Yesterday I had chicken. We'll see how it compares. But honestly, the weather's beautiful. This has been such a great, albeit short trip. This feels like the perfect end.
I belong to a land of noise. I belong to a land of noise.
This was an absolute whirlwind of a trip to Istanbul, but wow, what a city. One of the beautiful things about Istanbul is that it's such a large city that there's no way you can see all of it, even with many, many weeks here. And the nice thing about that is that even coming for a little bit of time, like 36 hours or 12 hours, my last time here, is worth it. There's so much to see and you can have a million different experiences here. I just really, really recommend it. Whether this is the first time you've clicked on one of my videos or you've been watching for years, thank you so much for being here. I can't tell you how much it means to me. Please let me know in the comments where you are watching from and maybe your guesses as to where I'm headed next. I've also linked my social media as well as my Spotify. If you didn't know, all the music in my travel videos is my original music. I'm a traveling singer-songwriter and you can find me on Spotify or wherever you listen to music online by searching Claire Hawkins. Until next time, thank you for watching and I'll talk to you very soon.
I'm working on my foreign